We will continue programming with Java, and we will take all about the Java, the abstraction, the inheritance, the polymorphism, interfaces, JavaFX with all the buttons, labels, text fields, etc. Okay. So in this meeting, the first two meetings will deal with Java revision. We'll review all the topics that you have already studied in 105 course. So it will be a Java revision about the classes, about the variables, about the structures, etc. Okay. Is it clear, the sound and the screen?
Yes, everything is clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay. So in this first part of this revision, we will start by talking about the Java background, the system, and getting started. Yeah, Java running. We will talk about the data types, statements and the scope and operators, conditional processing and repetitive processing. Okay. So why we said that the Java is very important? Why Java till now is very important in the programming field? There is a huge number of users of this language. There is already a huge number of websites that are programmed in or using in their development with the Java. Okay, so still the Java is incorporated and used with many users, with a huge number of users, and also it is used for the web development. Okay, so as you know, during the early days of the internet, of the Sun Microsystems introduced the Java language with a great fanfare in 1995. Java immediately generated a huge interest and excitement. Use of this language took off more rapidly than any computer language before or since. So the Java nowadays is the language most identified with the internet, and it is friendly face the web. Okay. Currently, the Java is owned by the Oracle organization. And in this course, you will learn how Java originated and how it is used nowadays. And you will learn the language used to build systems that power so much of the web in applications ranging from e-commerce, online games, downloadable music, online marketing. All these web developments are based in Java. Okay. The Java, as you know, can run on servers, on personal PCs, okay, on mobile phones, on PDAs, okay. So all it can be applicable, it can be portable, it can be implemented in all the different types of devices, okay. Even the micro devices, it is applicable, okay. It can be found in the TV set, top boxes, in embedded devices, in smart cards, in wearable computers, etc. Okay, so Java really is everywhere. This is why still we are teaching this Java, although there are many other implementation or language, okay, programming language, but still we focus on Java. Okay. Now the aims of the Java language, as you know, it is simple to learn. It is familiar. It is closely based on C++, and it is reduced in complexity. It is not complicated, okay? It is object-oriented language, okay? So it will be this language will be structured, okay, into objects. So you will have some objects, okay, some classes, like a method to create objects, okay? So you will have some util, okay, that will deliver to you these objects with the same way, okay? So this is the idea of the object-oriented you don't need to create many objects. Okay, you would need to create just one class of this object that you need, and after that you can create as much as you can, okay, or as you need from this class. Student, we have hundreds of students, okay. I don't need to create all these students as a class, just I will create one class student. This class can contain the ID, the gender, the date of birth, the courses. This is as attributes, okay. As methods, it can add courses, drop courses, I don't know, postpone exam, etc. Okay, all this behavior that the student can have. Okay, and after that, I can create, okay, as much as I need from this one class. So this is how the object-oriented works. It is also robust, very powerful as a programming language. It is secure, also portable. You can move with this. Okay, it can be transferred from one platform to another. Okay, to run on another platform with little or no changes. Okay, it can be adapted. Okay, from one platform to another. For performance also, the other programming language, it is very powerful, it's very robust, secure. It is interpreted, and this is a key aspect of the Java portability. This is why it can be portable, okay? Because there is some interpretation that will be done, okay, before execution, okay? It is threaded also. We will study the threading in Java and dynamic, and it means that the Java programs can adapt to changes in their environment even while the program is running. Even you run the program, you have access, okay, to change, okay, at the same time. Other versions for this Java, we say that there are many versions, okay, many editions. By the way, the versions of Java, the first one available version was the Java 1.0, okay, and now we enjoy with Java 2 as the standard language, okay. As editions of this Java, there are many editions. So we have the standard edition, we have the enterprise edition, and we have the micro edition. Micro edition, it will be used for mobile phones, okay. So we need some embedded, okay, programmation on embedded devices, okay. So we need this version of this edition, sorry, of this language. For the enterprise, we need this enterprise. We will use this enterprise for the large scale systems when you have many branches of your company, and all these branches will use the same platform and the same website, for example. So you can use the enterprise edition. And when we focus on study, just to learn, to manipulate, to try, okay. So we can use only the standard edition, okay. The standard edition with a few packages, okay. Packages that you need only, okay. You don't need to work with enterprise that is dedicated for large scale, okay. There are a lot of packages that you will not use, okay. So this is why we will focus on this standard edition for this course. Okay, clear for you guys?
Clear, doctor.
Okay, so this is an example. Okay, good. A simple example of a Java program. So you can explain to me the different components of this program. What about the first line? Public.
Doctor, your voice is too far.
What?
Your voice is far from the mic right now.
Can you hear me now? Can you explain to me the simple Java program? The different lines here?
We can't hear you, doctor.
Yeah?
We can't hear you, doctor.
Oh,
يمكن 10 سنين.
Can you hear me?
يعني أسسه يعني يوم نوقف لا
Still you cannot hear me? Hear me?
Yes, yes, now we can hear you.
Good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so someone can explain to me this simple program?
Yes,
Can you?
Doctor, I can.
Yeah, please.
Yes, in the first line, they open a class called Hello World. The second, they open a main method, and then print the time has come. And in the second line, they print the word saved.
Okay, so this is the first. Okay, thank you. The first line is the definition of your class. Okay, so this is public. Access for your class. This is public, so you can access your class from anywhere. Okay, this is class, and after that, the name of your class.
اللي بجلسات الأولية أحسن. طويلة ومنطقة الشهور. كم تقدر 10 ساعات.
Okay. After that, we have here the name. What about this name? What we call for this name? Method. This is a method. Okay. And we know that in the main method we can.
Doctor, your voice is far again.
It is not clear.
Yes.
Now, is it clear now?
No.
No. It's very low or not clear.
It's slow. It's slow.
For
The
all
mic
of
of your computer, doctor, is very low. Check the mic.
It looks like you are in a room and the mic is another room.
Clear now?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay. And after that, in the main, you see that we will use two things. Okay. You have two statements or two impressions of things. So in the first, we place all the three or all the sentences in this double identification. Okay. Say that there is some string here, there, and it will be printed. So the output will be the time has come. It will be written as okay, with the three with no changes, and the word is saved. Okay. So this is again to repeat that when we need to write any program, okay, we need to start by class. Okay, this class will contain many methods, but in the main methods we will execute. Okay, I can add many other methods here, but outside. But this main method, in this main method, we will execute بس في المين. Okay. Now, the first line of the program will say that it will introduce a class. And what is the name of the class? Here it is Hello World. Okay. When the program runs, the class gives rise to an object which executed or which executes the code of the class. Now, this class is defined as public, which means that it can be freely accessed by other objects in a larger system, okay? From different package, from different classes, from different, environment, etc. Okay, so it will be accessed. The curly bracket on the line following hello world is the name, okay, matches the closing bracket. So you need to start by a curly bracket, and you need to stop or to finish or to close by another one. Okay, you need to close it. The code in this class also in the form of a method, and in this case the method here is called the main method. Okay, the first line of the method is called the method header. This is, what is this? It is the method header. Okay, and this method header, we differ explaining the words static and void enter later, but they always need with same, okay, used with the main methods like this one. Okay, we said that the TM 105, we said that we will use only at this level, we will use only this static and void, okay, and static method, okay, with main. Okay, so we will, inshallah, in this lecture and this course, we will use all the different accessors with different inputs, outputs. Okay, so the method header defines the name of the method and is followed by the method body. After that, you have here the method body. So this is the method body now. Where is the method body? This is the method body. Okay, it will be okay. Begin by a curly bracket and be closed or finished by a curly bracket. Okay. So the system now, the system.out.println method. Okay, it is a method. This is system.out.println. It is a method. Okay, this is the question of M251 in the final exam last semester. One question in the multiple choices is to say if it is method, if it is attribute, if it, okay. So it is, you can see here that it is a method. Okay, the exact text between the codes. Okay, so it will display the exact text. Okay, with no changes, with no, for example, uppercase, lowercase, no, as it is. Okay, and each of these two lines of code constitutes a statement or a single comment to be carried out each, and don't forget to terminate each statement by this semicolon. Okay, if you miss this semicolon, so you will get an error. Okay, so but we just the statement. Okay, the header of the class or the header of the method does not contain any semicolon. Now, using comments in Java programs, you can use comments. Okay, so the comment, we said it will be ignored by the computer system. It will not be executed. It will not be run. Okay, just it will give information. It will give description about the code. Okay, so for example, here we have two types. Okay, or we have two ways to write a comment. Okay, the comment, the form one, it will be a block comment. So it will start by this, okay, symbol and finished by this one. Okay, so it will be all this block will be treated as a comment. Okay, or you can use the line comment. So this block comment, it will be generally used the first of your class. This class is to create a class about a student. Okay, or this class is this method. Okay, so this just a block. Okay, it will be a paragraph, more than one line. Okay, but you can use also the second form, which is the line comment or the inline comment. Okay, and you can use this symbol. Okay, just after each line you will write some description or some information that you will guide you. You will inform you at the later, okay, or you will inform your tutor if you submit for your team A, for example. This method is to use this one. This line is to check for the availability, check for the existence, etc. Okay. So this is all about the comment, the system now, and getting Java running. So what we said about the convention, what is the conventional way of programmation and compilation, and the difference between the Java and the conventional way of programming. So here we will discuss the portability issue, and it will be the way that programs written in Java can be run on many different platforms. Why is Java? It can be portable, it can be run on this computer, other computers, etc. Why? This is because it is related to the way of programming. Okay? So in the conventional way, the source code, okay, what we call the source code, what is the source code? Is the code, okay? Any code written with high level language, it is called source code, okay? Now, this source code will be translated by a compiler, okay, to native code. Native code, it means that it is the base language of the computer, okay? It is a binary, okay? Which after that, it will be executed, okay? So, this is your source code. Once you run this computer, this code, okay? So, it will be compiled, it will be translated, okay? Interpreted as a native code, and after that executed, okay? Now, what about the case of the Java? So now here, the native code that has been generated can be executed only by the particular type of computer that recognize it, okay? Only this computer that translates, it will execute, okay? Now, for the case of Java, the source code is translated by a compiler to a byte code, okay? This is a byte code. Immediately, it is an intermediate form before a native, okay? It will be translated into this byte code, and which is translated after that by the interpreter into the native code of the computer it runs on, which is then executed, okay? If you have a portable version, so it stops here. Yeah, we have Java and the byte code form. Once you need to execute this program on this computer, okay, it will to the native code for this computer. Okay? Once you take your version and use it outside the campus, for example, outside the university, at home, you will have another native code for your computer. This is why the Java is portable. You can enjoy using the Java with many platforms, with many devices. Okay. Because there is difference. There is no translation or compilation directly to the native code of your machine. No, there is an intermediate phase which is converting your Java source code to a byte code. Okay, to a byte code type. Okay. After that, this byte code can be executed on this computer, on the other computers, etc. Okay, with the same way. Just
Doctor?
Yeah.
Is the bytecode same as assembly language?
No, not assembly. No, not assembly.
Okay.
Okay, assembly you will use for the assembly you will use assembler. Okay, not interpreter. Here, after the bytecode, you have interpreter. For the assembly, you will use assembler. It will convert from assembly to the machine code. Okay. Here it is another form. Okay, it is called bytecode. The interpreter now, after this bytecode, the interpreter is a program that translates bytecode into the native code of the computer it runs on. Okay. إذا أنا شغلته على الكمبيوتر هذا خلاص بيشتغل بالسبيسيفيكيشن بالcompilation على الانتربريتيشن على الكمبيوتر. Okay. Now the Java interpreters are available for many different platforms. Okay. So the interpreter for Android, it is different from the interpreter of the Windows. It is different from Linux. Different. Okay. There are many versions of interpreters. All these interpreters will work with this bytecode. Here many versions or many types, editions of this interpreter. Now, the Java Software Development Kit, and it is abbreviated of SDK or GDK. The SDK tools are used for compiling and running Java programs on a variety of platforms. Okay, so this development kit, okay, will contain all these different interpreters. Okay. And these SDK tools also are freely available from Oracle, and it will include the Java compiler, okay, that will translate the source code or the Java code by code. So what is the role of the Java compiler or the Java C? It is to translate from source code to byte code. Okay. After that, you will have the interpreter. We said that this interpreter will differ from platform to another, from machine to another. Okay. So the Java interpreter now, Java translates and executes what? The Java bytecode. Okay. There is no source code now. The interpreter will manipulate with the bytecode. Okay. The Java interpreters are available for many different computer systems. After that, the document generator, the Java doc, processes the Java source files to produce useful documentation, such as the standardized description of the components of this Java code. You have also the Java debugger, the Java GDB, which help you to look for errors in your programs. The Java disassembler, okay, it will read the bytecode files created by the Java compiler and displays the corresponding source code. If I need someone to return, okay, if I have the bytecode, I need to recover my source code. Okay, so I need to use the disassembler. Okay. Now the applet also viewer, you have the applet viewer, which allows you to run and debug the Java applets without a web browser. So this is what will be explained in the next. So we said that we have two types of programs in Java. Okay, we have the applications that are standalone programs, okay, which can run independently. Okay. And you have the applets, which are programs that can be included in web documents and are run using the browser. Without the browser, you cannot run these applets, okay? But we say that here you have the applet viewer, this package in this development kit, okay, that will allow you to run or debug these applets without a web browser. Okay? So if you have some applets, so you need to download this kit with this component, okay, in order to test, for example, your applets before running them on a browser. Okay. Two ways to develop and run Java software. We said that you can use the SDK, okay, along with the text editor, textpad, okay. Just you write this text, and after that you will move this text to the and you will create your bytecode, etc. Or to use an integrated development environment, the IDE, okay, and it will be more sophisticated, more friendly, more user-friendly, etc. Okay, so you can write. It will help you to organize, for example, statements to make some colors. This is a class, this is a method, this is, I don't know, some accessor, this is an type, etc. Okay, so the IDE provides a sophisticated graphical user interface and editor. So you will have graphical, okay, user interface with integrated facilities for compiling, for running, and for debugging your programs. Okay, And there are many other IDEs like the NetBeans, Eclipse. Okay, all of these are interfaces. Okay, graphical interfaces, user interfaces that help you to programming the Java. Okay, instead of writing just a text code. Okay, clear. And in this, inshallah, course we will use the NetBeans. Okay, you have already the NetBeans installed on the lab, so we will inshallah practice the lab later. Okay, so this is all about the introduction about the importance of the Java, the different components of the Java, how the Java is different from the other programmable language, etc. Okay. Now let's have a look at the data types. Revision about the data types. So we said that the Java is a strongly typed language, and this means that every variable and expression has a type. Okay, when the program is compiled, and that you cannot randomly assign values of one type to another. Okay, there are some other programmable language that you don't need to write the type. Okay, just the compiler or the interpreter will assign any type. Okay, to your data. Okay, as the HTML. Okay, the language are not like the Java. Java, you are, okay, it's mandatory to write the type. Okay, there is no random or assignment. Okay, to any type. Okay, so this is why we said that it is a strong typing. Okay, so it means that a strong type, you need to define this type. Okay, each variable, each expression has to have this type. Now there are two categories of data type in Java. We have the primitive and we have the reference. We say that we have two types of variable. Primitive. In the primitive variable, the variable stores the data value. So variable is address is your data will be stored in this variable. Okay, but for the reference variables, do not store the variable, it will refer. Okay, it will do not themselves store values, but they are used to refer to also. Okay, it will refer to the memory, and in this memory you will get the value. Okay, so the data type sizes in Java are fixed, and to ensure portability across the implementations of this language. So this is why the data type size, okay, float has some bits, short has some number of bits, double, etc. Okay, this is to ensure this portability. Now for the let's start now by the primitive data type. We said that it will be included, it will be stored. Okay, declaration and initialization. So we can reserve memory locations for storing values for this primitive type. Those memory locations can then be made to contain values that are legal for the particular type. Okay, so this involves two steps. The first step, you need to declare, to say that I need a variable of type integer, of type double, of type short, of type boolean. Okay, all these primitive. Okay, and after that you need to initialize. You need to make the first value. Initialization is the first value for this variable. Okay, so this refers to when you first store something useful in a variable's memory location. Okay, look at this example. So what we did in this is a declaration. This is a declaration. For the second line, declaration also is a declaration. I declare that I have, this is the type of the variable, and this is the name of the variable. Okay, and don't use the semicolon at the end of the statement. Okay? This is integer is the data type. Okay? My other int is the name of my integer. Okay? Now my int is equal to 888. This is my initialization. Okay? I initialize. Okay? Also, my other a is equal to -2 is an initialization. Okay, so I put this value for the first time in this variable. Okay, so this is how to declare and initialize variables in Java. Clear for you guys? Okay, you can. Now this primitive data types, among these primitive data types, you have the integral types, which are the byte, the short, the byte, the short, the integer, and the long. Okay? All of these types are set to be signed, meaning that they can hold positive or negative numbers. Okay? And each has a different capacity with fixed size. So this is why we said we need some fixed size. Why this fixed size? We're going to keep fixed size for each type to ensure the portability. Okay, we said that data type sizes in Java are fixed. Why? To ensure this portability, to ensure this, okay, this portability of this codes. It means that you will take this code and you will put this code onto another machine, onto another platform. Okay, so it will be portable. Now for the byte, it is signed integers. Okay, it will the default value. If you didn't initialize your value or your variable, so it will take the default value. Okay. Now, what are the default value for these all integral numbers? It is 0. Okay. Even if you didn't initialize your variable, it will get 0 as the first variable. Okay. First the default value. Now, what is the size for the byte? It is 8 bits. So it means that the range it is from -128 to 127. Okay. The short, it is 16 bits. The integer, 32 bits. The long, 64 bits. The float, okay, it is 32, but now we have this comma. Okay. The double, also it is more larger than the float. Okay, it is 46 bits. You have also the character, the chart, the character. Okay, and this is the default value for the character, and we will have the boolean, okay, and the type, and the default value will be, okay, 1 bit used in 32 bit figure. Okay, so this is the Java primitive data type. Need to memorize them. Need to memorize all this data. Okay, about these primitive data. Now let's talk about the char type. So the Java has a character data type called the char, which allows to represent single character, only one character. Okay, so character literals are denoted by a value enclosed within the single quotes. إذا في كاركتر بس ما نقدر نكتب حرف واحد، الكاركتر هذا يكتب بحرفين بثلاثة أحرف etc. Okay, so we can like this. Okay, just we need to show that this is a character by this. Okay, all this will be one character, will be treated as a character. Okay, so if you just write this quotation, it is not enough. Okay, you need to to say to the compilers that this will be treated as one character, okay? So a character variable can be assigned any value with the Unicode character set. The escape sequence now, it is a sequence of characters standards in a place of a single value, okay, of the type character. And in Java, they are marked by the use of this backslash character, okay, backslash, okay, which includes that, or which indicates that what follows is not to be interpreted when we remove this backslash character. Once you have this backslash character, it means that the following characters will be treated as one character. Okay. So this is an example of a printable character. For example, you need to write this character from if you need a new line, so you need one. The literal for the single quote character, okay, and the literal for the backslash character is this like that, okay. Now for the floating point types, in order to represent numbers that may include fractional parts, we use these floating point types, and the float type has 32 bits of space and double has 64 bits. Okay, so this is for the fractional part. Okay, the fractional parts. You have two types in this fractional part. It is the float or the double. The double is bigger. Okay. Floating point literals are denoted either by writing them as integer part dot fractional part, okay, as a double. For example, double it would be this a declaration or both. Okay, we declare the first part. We declare that we need a variable of type double for it. After that, we assign or we initialize this variable, okay? And we can use also the scientific notation where the character E or capital E denotes the fact that the number is to be multiplied by the power of 10, okay? So like this number, if I write 1.4338, it is equivalent to 1.43 10 to the power of 8, okay? This is the scientific notation. Or one. Meaning that with the scientific notation, you need to write any number in the form of number lower than 10 multiplied by the power of 10. Okay? So if I say that you have 25, in scientific notation will be 4.5 10 to the power of 5. This is the scientific. And now if you need to write this in Java, you will write 4.5 E1. Just the exponent. We know that this E stands for 10 to the power of. Okay? Clear for you guys? Any question? No, there is. Are you with us?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor, please.
Okay. Now for this, if I ask you what is this, so this is 10 to the power minus 9. Okay. How we can write it? This is not different. It is in 1. Okay. Multiply by 10 to the power minus 9. Okay, clear for you till now?
Yes, Doctor, clear.
Okay. Now, for evaluation, you will have this question. So, which of the following attempts to create initialized variable would cause a compilation error? For the first one, is it true?
No, it's false.
It should be double.
Should be double or float.
Yeah, because the integer it is not a floating. Okay, we don't have this floating form. Okay, it will damage a compilation error. Okay, should be how to correct like okay how to correct this statement. Double G is equal to 1.2. Okay. Now for the second one,
True.
that we start this time. Int OK is equal to 1. Int boolean is equal to 1.
True.
Doctor, we can't hear you.
True or false? Yeah, boolean is B.
False.
The type is okay, but can we use third word? This is the problem. No, we cannot use the reserved word. في كلمات مخصصة زي bullying زي kids زي أي أقدر أجي كلمة already reserved مخصصة في الجافا معرفة عند تعريف معين أقوم أنا أخليها اسم اسم. Okay, this is the problem. It's not the boolean or equal to 1. It's the use of reserved word as a name. Okay. Now for my chart, my chart, and the slash n.
That's false.
What? What is the why? What? It is false. What?
Because it should use the double notation.
Double notation is that for the character. Use the double notation for the character. No, we didn't use.
Okay.
Is that we have only a single within single quote. Okay. The double quotation it is for the string, not for the character. Another
Yes.
better. Okay. So be careful. Now, why it is true? Because we said that when we have more than one character, we need to use the backslash. The backslash. Okay. So here it is already there. Okay. It will show that it is a new line. Okay. It is not two characters. And these are the goals. Backslash means that treat all the following as a whole, as a one character. Okay, so this is why it is good. Char is equal to char c is equal minus 10, y is equal what? Yeah. Okay, we can sign minus. Okay. Char e is equal to a char d is that it can be okay. Okay. This is the literal for the single quote character. If I have, but I need, yeah, I need to write this, okay? So here it will not be correct. It is not correct. It should be either double, okay, backslash, or I need two more quotation. No, it is not space. Okay. This is the truth. You can write even this or that. Okay. Even two quotations. Okay. And this quotation for the it is be the one. We mentioned that the letter for single quotation. Okay. For this, because already I will use the quotation. I will write this quotation. Okay? I will take this quotation as a character. Here, if I need the backslash, so I need to write double backslash. The first one says that this is for character. Okay, so it will all the remaining will be as a whole as one letter. Okay, and the second one for the showing. Okay, this backslash character. Okay. Clear? Okay, now let's talk about casting. Do you remember casting? What is casting? Casting is to change
value like from integer to double, for example.
Yes,
Yes.
or
So-
double to integer.
Yes, it can be, okay? So casting, there are some occasions where we want to be able to convert from one type to another. And this can be done either automatically. There is some conversion that will be done automatically by the Java compiler, okay? And it is known as the promotion, okay? And there is some other cases that they need casting, okay? They cannot be done automatically. And we have to specify now the type of the conversion, okay? We need to specify what is the type that you need to go from to, okay? From integer to double, okay? From string to character, etc., okay? So by writing the desired type of an expression in parentheses in front of the expression, for example, write int between parentheses in front of an expression, it means that you need, if you want to be converted to an integer, okay? If you have a double, for example, and you need to convert this double to an integer, okay? So you need to make this parenthesis, and after that your variable, okay? It means that cast this or make casting, change the data type of this double to integer, okay? Treat this variable as integer, okay? Now note that the fractional parts of the float data type will be lost. Once you have 2.5, for example, x is equal to 2.5. Now y is equal to int and x. So what is the output? What is y is equal to 2. And this fractional part will be lost. Okay? And if casting to an integral type, and because variables of different types occupy different amounts of memory, so this can cause information loss. Okay. Now this is a double of casting, example of casting the double to an integer. Okay. This casting of an integer to half, okay, to a character. Okay. So in the first we declare a double. The data type is the name with double var. Declare an integer in value. Okay. Now initialize your double var, your double to 2.8, and now when I write int var is equal to int double var, is it correct? It's correct. Why is it correct? Because int var already is an integer, okay? So here the second var should be of the same type, that's the type, okay? Now what is the type of this int double var? It's a double. Now because we have casting. Okay? If I write without this, it will be false. An integer that is equal to double is an error, okay? It's an error, okay? So I need this So it is mandated to be justice, and this integral will have the value of 2, just the integral part. Okay, the fraction part will be lost. Now for the fraction of an integral chart, if you have this in A is equal to 35, so what we have done here, declaration and derivation. Declaration is the declaration with derivation. Okay. B is equal to 12, also declaration. B is equal to 50, declaration, derivation. Now for the chart C, yeah, declaration. Okay, it is not, there is no now here for C, there is no initial value. The value is corrected. It is sample. Okay. Now, when I write C, this will put char C and here. What will be the value of C? Between A plus B plus C. How much is plus C? How much? A 35 plus B 12 plus 30. That's the graph. Plus this integral to char. What is meant? How we can convert from integer to char? Yeah, this is, I believe this, but C will have the value of 60. The character that we read of 60, okay, which is the 61 character in the Unicode set. Okay? If you not see 60, see the character please at this field. Because this is a conversion from integer to char. Okay? So and this turns out to be the character 1. If you go to the Unicode set, you will see for each code you will have a number. Okay, okay. So these numbers will refer to symbols. Okay, all of numbers and letters and symbols. Okay, have numbers. And A is two numbers. Okay. Okay, now we said that we can do casting. So when we can do casting? What are these occasions? Sometimes you need to use some output from one function, for example, one method, okay? And the output of this method is an integer, is a double, is a string, whatever. So you need to use this output at other processing, okay? So you need to carry casting, okay? A cast is required if the data type you are assigning, okay, occupies, for example, a larger space in memory than the type you are assigning to, or if you are trying to assign values to an integral type, okay, or if you have not specified the cast in a case when a cast is required, so the compiler will produce a compilation error, okay, like here, if we didn't cast these double val to the integer, it will be a compilation error, okay? And so this is why we need to use this with the message that there is a possible loss of precision. This is the error that will be shown to you in the application, okay? Now, we will see which is allowed and which is not allowed. Now, you have double value. You assign 2 to now your double is value. It's allowed. Yes, because of the okay. So this integer will be converted to double and this will be the double value. Okay, just it will be on here. Okay. Now, if I have double value equal Why? Is it allowed? No, because the data type is different. Okay? And not even do promotion. The double and integers. Okay? Wait. This is why it is allowed. Yes, it is allowed. Why? This is the promotion. Okay, this is the promotion that we said here. We have some automatically that the Java does. Okay, and we have the cases that you need to specify. In this case, we can, because the integer is already a double. Okay, it can be a double, but a double cannot be an integer. Okay? So there is some fraction that will be lost. Here there is nothing to lose. We will add more spaces, more size. Okay. Okay. So this is also good. It is also allowed here because we can go from int down. There is nothing to be lost. Okay. This is the promotion. That is the calculus. Okay. Because here we have more space. We have more size, etc. Okay. Now the difference between statements, scope, and operators. What is called by statements? The statement is a unit of executable code usually terminated by semicolon. So this is a statement. For the code block, this is the code block. Curly brackets, okay? It will include the group of statements in close curly brackets, and you have the local variables that is called by the local variables. Local. It means that it will be defined only inside these brackets. Outside these brackets, I and G are not defined. I and G is not defined, okay? Because these I and G are local variables, so it means they are only defined inside these brackets. Okay, outside now. They are variables that are defined inside the code block, and they are valid only inside the brackets. And we say that the variable scope is the region enclosed by the brackets. Okay, السكوب تبع هذا من variables it is only these two brackets. Outside خلاص ما في استخدام local variable. So look here. You have one block and you have another block. And this is another block. Okay? Now, if I define here in K, K valid from here. Okay? It will be valid from here until the red, the enclosed red bracket. Okay? Now for the K and for the G, they will be only valid between this green. Okay, outside the green will be not valid. Okay. But K outside the red is not valid. Okay. So K also is valid here. So this is listed. Okay. Yeah, so it can be they use the K. Okay. But the G here is no longer valid and the K is still valid. For the operators now, all the primitive data types that are provided in Java are associated with sets of operators. Example, the integers, the floating point have addition and subtraction operations, okay? Now, operators that you can have, we have the single argument, the unary operator, and we have the two arguments, the binary. Binary means that you need two sides, okay? Unary, you mean only one side. So for the multiplication, you need the binary. For the division, it is the binary. For the elementary binary. For the addition, it is binary operation. For the subtraction, it is binary also operations. Okay, so all the arithmetic operators are binary operators. Okay. Now, what about the unary operator? So you have this, the negation operator. You have the incrementation by plus plus and the decrementation by minus minus. Okay, this is called unary operator. You don't need two sides, only one side, only one value. Okay, so the negation operator, unary operator, it means that the single argument for the negation operator appears to be right on the minus sign, and it is a prefix before, okay, operator, which simply means that it appears before the value it takes as an argument. Okay, like here, B is equal to minus A. Okay, minus A means just it is the sign. Okay. Now, when we use the plus plus or the minus minus, we have two uses. It is postfix or prefix. Okay, it is after the number or before the variable for the number. Okay, so the postfix returns the old value of the variable to which it is applied. Okay, and to the, where the prefix form returns the new value. Okay, now if I say that the operator plus plus increments the variable and it is associated with 1. This one is decrement by 1. Okay. Now, if this plus plus it is postfix, so it will return the old value. Okay. And if it is prefix, so it will return the new value. Okay. So here my int would have the value, my int now would have the value 1, okay, here it is 1, okay, and then it is 2, okay, here now, is my integer start by 10, okay, and I will use the postfix form, so my integer would have the value 11, and it would have the value 10, okay. So this is when you need to be careful about this postfix and prefix. Okay. The precedence also of the arithmetic operation. هو ترتيب الأولويات في العمليات. So as you know, precedence of the arithmetic has the same order. If an expression involves more than one operator, so there is a clear order in which operators are evaluated, okay, determined by what is known as operator precedence. So, for example, here when you have 3 plus 4 multiplied by 5, plus by multiplication is 20, that's exactly with our equation. Okay, we are deliberately not stating the precedence rules, but instead you should ensure a clear order by uses of the parentheses. Okay, if there is any misunderstanding, so you can use the parentheses, and which one we evaluate 23, one we evaluate 5. Okay. Okay, so give me the values of the following expression or indicate if there is an error. 1 plus 2 multiplied by 3. So this is 6. Okay, 6 plus 1 is 7. 1 plus 2 multiplied by 3. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. The remainder from the division of 6 by 2, 0. The remainder by the division of 12, 5, 5. Okay. The remainder of 5 by 0. Is it correct? Error. You cannot divide by 0. Okay. Division by 0 is not allowed. Okay. So here we have an error. Okay. The remainder of 2 by 3. الاثنين تقسم مع ثلاثة يعني الجزء 5 divided by 2 division 2. Okay, 2. 5 divided by 0. 0. 0. Cannot divide by 0. 0 divided by 5. 5 divided by 2 0. Is it allowed? Yes. Why? So we need to define, okay, these, okay. It should be, it can be, okay, but here it should be both of them with the same side floating, okay, double or float, okay. So it can be 2.5 because at least one argument is a floating point and the result will be floating point, okay. So this is why here it is a floating, but here it is not floating, so just the answer will be cranked to an integer, okay, because both of them are integer, okay, integer, okay. Please. Okay, so what about the relational operators? So the relational operators tell you about relationships between values of the same type, okay? Their arguments can be integers, can be floating point numbers or characters, and the equal to or not equal to can operator can also be used with the Boolean type, okay? Now we have relational, so the result will be true or false, okay? Boolean, okay? So what are these different relationship operators? Equal, double equal, not equal, okay? Greater, lower, bigger or equal, lower or equal. And the result will be, when I ask you what's the result of 1 lower than 2, would be 2. 2. 0.5 greater than 0.00. Okay, most actually 2 is equal to 2. A is out of C. 2 because C comes after A. False is equal to false. True different from false. True. Another statement here, which of the following combined declarations and initializations are incorrect and why? Okay, دائما لما يكون في question of type correct or incorrect, valid or invalid, so be sure that when it is invalid, you need to justify. Okay, this is what I see in I saw in the final exam of your friend. They just write valid or invalid. No. When it is invalid, you need to justify because the grade will be the half of the grade for valid, the half of the grade for justification. Okay? So if you are not, okay, but all the cases you are asked to give the justification. Okay? Now, Boolean Bob is equal to 0. Is it false? Okay, because Bob is a Boolean, so it should be true or false. 0 now. Boolean SU is equal to true. False. Why? Yeah, true here is capital. And for the reserved word, الكلمة المخصصة لtrue كلها small. Okay, true, small. Boolean F is equal to false. True. Okay. Okay. Now, explain why each of the following expressions is scientifically incorrect, assuming that the following declarations have been made. So imagine that you have the Boolean G false H is equal to false. Dot integer A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1. When I see A is greater than A greater than G, why it is not correct? So different data types. We cannot compare two types that are not with the same type. We can compare integer with integer, boolean, okay, the same data type. So this is not, okay, this is not accepted. So A and G are of different types and no promotion can occur to make the types compatible, okay. If it is integer, I can make him, we said, as a double, okay, but I cannot make an integer as a boolean, okay. Now for the G is equal to 0, again G is a boolean, 0 is an integer, is a, okay, so it cannot be compared, okay, comparable, are not comparable. H is equal to true, H, is it correct? Why? He said that all these expressions are scientifically accurate. طب ايه هو ده اللي بتتكلم عنه؟ احنا بس عايزين نفهم ليش بقى. Okay? Not true false. Already false. But why all of them? We say that here is false because they are not the same type. Here is false, they are not the same type. But here, why is it false? Why? No, it is not true false result. It is scientifically يعني ترتيب غلط. syntax غلط مو غلط الريزالت. الترو والكابيتال الترو شيء قلنا كابيتال شيء كابيتال. الترو بالنسبة لي كده هي variable اسم variable ما هي معروفة اوكي. It's not defined. I need to write true. All small. لو G يزود ال H G يزود ال H Today, Mr. Valid is false. Okay, false. By what is false? Not equal. No. We don't need the result. It is scientifically incorrect. The syntax is incorrect, and not the result is false. Okay. What? Monitor? Small? No, not small. Can I compare boolean? Handle the comparison of boolean. Equal ولا different؟ عندنا أكبر وأصغر في boolean. صح ولا لا؟ قلنا ما في equal وأصغر، في فقط equal or different. ما في أكبر. Okay? So the operator itself is not defined for boolean numbers or for boolean variables. Okay? So this is why it is synthetically incorrect, not false. Not the result is different, okay? The syntax and already لما تكتب هذا الكلام هتعطيك error. كل ما هتعطيك error في البروجرام، okay? Not false or true. Error. There is some error. Why this error? We understand these different cases, okay? If it is different types, we cannot make comparisons with different types. We cannot. When we use the boolean, we need to use all in small, not capital. We cannot compare boolean numbers, okay? And we cannot also use these operators. For the boolean, just I have equal or different. Yes, okay? I don't have lower, greater, etc. Okay? Okay. Let's move now to the logical operator. And one or not. Okay. So these operators will be used when we want to combine the results from several logical expressions. Okay. So the arguments for a logical operator must be logical expressions. Okay. Now, what are the operators that we have? The double N, the logical N, the logical R, or the not. Okay. And all of them, this one and this one is binary, this one is unary. Then you see that you have on one side. Okay. Now, and the result of these operators will be again true or false. Okay? True or false. So it will return the two if both A and B are true. It will return false if both A and B are false, and it will return false if A is true, true is A, if A is false. Okay. Now look at this example. I have two integers A and B. I define boolean either positive or negative. So this is the declaration. This is the declaration. This is the initialization. After that, now when I put the value of this combination of this operator, logical operator, either positive, when the result of A greater than 0 is correct, yes, it's true, and or B greater than 0, B greater than 0, false. So it is true, okay? Either positive. Just one that should be positive, it will be true, okay? Now for the both negative, when you have A lower than 0, A lower than 0, false. B lower than 0, true. Okay? So we need both of them to be false or both of them to be true, okay? To get true or false. Okay? So the variable either positive is assigned to the value true because A is positive, is a true, and therefore the whole expression is true. The variable both negative is assigned the value false because A is negative, so it is false, and therefore the whole expression will be false. Now moving to the conditional processing. Conditional, remember the if, else, okay, the if statements. So the Boolean type, the flow control structure, determine the way in which the Java program is executed, allowing different segments of code to be executed under different circumstances. Okay? في parts راح يصير لها execution, في parts راح يصير لها discard. Okay? And this is what is called the conditional processing. Okay? The conditional processing. Now, in conditional processing, the selection statements give us ways of specifying the conditions for changing the flow of control in your program. Okay, so we will have two sides, for example. This is when the condition is true, this is the condition is false. Okay, so we will have two parts for processing. Now, variables of the Boolean type can hold either the literal value true or false, this is the condition, which are keywords in the Java language. Okay. Now, the expression that evaluates to a Boolean will be named a logical expression. And Java defines a number of relational operators for Boolean types. And these, when we can use the relational operators and the logical operators, and it is for using the if. So if you have a logical expression, and the result of this logical expression true or false, okay, you have this it's true, okay, you will execute the statements. If false, you will discard, you will omit these statements. Okay, so this is the general form of the first comment if. We have also, okay, so if the logical expression within the parentheses evaluate true, so the block will be executed. Otherwise, the block will be not executed. Okay. Now we have, okay. Now we have also, you need to define this bracket. This is very important. If you didn't use these brackets, okay, there is no error. But just the first statement will be executed in the if. Okay, the others will be treated outside it. Okay? So if you have more than one statement يعني أكثر من أمر جوة الإف you must use this bracket. Okay? If you have only one statement, you don't use. Okay? But in any way, I advise you to use the brackets in order to make your statements ordered and to not have some errors. Okay? We have another conditional processing, which is the if-else. So you have two parts. Okay? Here in the if, you have a condition again. If it is true, so this will be executed. If it is false, so this false will be omitted. Okay? So this is the second conditional processing. Okay? There is a more complicated form of the statement that allows us to specify code to be processed when the logical condition is false, in addition to code to be processed when it is true. Okay? So statements A are executed in the logical expression is true, and the statement B are executed if the expression is false. Okay? And this is an example of if-else. Now the nesting. We can use the nesting. What about the nesting? What is called by nesting? Nesting. If inside another if. Okay? If inside another if. We can write if statements within if statements, and we can call it as nesting. Okay? This if. This if. This is the beginning of it. Then this if. Have another if. Okay? You have another one. This is another if. Okay? And this is the beginning and the close of this second if. And this is what is called the nested, okay? Nested structure or nested condition. So see the advantage of using an indentation. So you can see that when you have this indentation and this indentation, okay, means that your code will be more understandable, okay, more readable. You can read fastly, and you can understand fastly that this part is inside this, if the other part is inside, and this is thanks to this indentation. Okay. الرجوع هذا شوية لليمين جوة الفار. يعني يفهمنا إنه هو أن جوة الإف جوة الفار جوة الكلاس. Okay. So the structure of the two if statements is displayed, and it becomes clear which statements are going to be executed when either of these two logical expressions is true. We have also for conditional processing the switch case. Now the if is used when you have two options. Three options. Imagine that you have 10 options. Very hard to stand with us, and a lot of chance to make errors. When you have many pieces who are asked to invite you, now the argument it can be the argument can be an integer, a character, or a byte. Okay, you will have each selector. Okay, the each you will start by each is a constant value. Usually it is compatible with the argument type. You will have the code block statements and the brief keyword. Okay, so this is the structure. Okay, switch the case. Argument, it can be color for red, for blue, for green, for I don't know, black, etc. It can be day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. It can be month. It can be name, whatever. Okay. So you have many choices. This argument, selector here, it should be the same as this argument. Okay. So we have different options. Here, math. Have other options, etc. Okay, and after you will have some. Okay, so So what now the option is Monday, okay? So in Monday I have, for example, some courses. I will go to the class. I will go 5, etc. And after that, break. So Monday, hello, okay? So break, okay? So the break here, he was called the switch to كلمين. So أبغى يوم تاني خلاص أرجع دخل اليوم وشوف. Is Tuesday, okay, this is Tuesday, okay? On Tuesday, I have this following courses. After that, break and go to other questions, etc. Okay? Now it will work. And you will have a default case, maybe given to indicator for system to certificate with no selected impact. Then I'm بس في working day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For the Friday and Saturday, I don't have any classes. Okay, so I don't need to make any statement. Okay, so when now I said to the program, it is Sunday, it is Saturday, there is no lecture. ما في اختيار Saturday. أنا دخلت لأنه Saturday ما عندي جدول. Okay, so it will check the department. Okay, when there is no selected match. إذا أنا أعطيته value وهو ما حصلها، إيش راح يسوي؟ يعني هل نجينا راح يجلس يفلت؟ لا، راح يطلع بدون ما يسوي لي اللوب. Okay, undefined case. Okay, so this is why we use the default case in case I have some values to be entered and it will not match. Okay. This is an example of case. So we need to control. So I will the video I will play for example and I will do it. If it is the video I will 12 and I will do it. So this is different value. Okay. So look here I don't have here the control is assigned a value. So I can define this control as a character, and here you have used these characters, okay, etc. Now, how I can write this in Java? I will use, for example, which are for I from 10. I will ask the user, for example, to enter a value, a number. If 1, so the system will 1. It is 2, so the system will be. It is 3, so the system will be. And 0. It means 10 minutes. Here I don't have 10 minutes. Case 4, nothing. Case 5, 3, 4 and 5. Case 6, I will write 6.6. Case 7, I will print 7. Case 8, I will print 8 and 3. Okay? So, how it will be shown now for in the output? For int, if int is equal to 1, shall I say? Int is equal to 0. أو في من 0. صح ولا لا؟ من 0 نوصل إلى 10. طيب في الزيرو ايش راح يصير في الزيرو؟ default it will be not in the list. ايش قلنا لما ما يحصل ماتشنج يروح للديفولت فاليو. اوكي؟ الديفولت فاليو جالسي not in the list. اوكي؟ after that. طيب خلصنا منها وبعدين system out print ln and ما في شيء. طيب بعدها for int 1. في ال1 ايش عندي؟ 1. for break no. continue. okay. for I is equal to 2 هكتب 2. ما راح ارجع للسطر ما طلعنا من هنا. اوكي. راح في ال 3 هكتب 3 نفس السطر. طيب وما وراح اطلع الحين، راح اطلع بريك يعني اطلع من السويتش. اوكي، ايش يقول لي بعد السويتش؟ نيو لاين. خلاص رجعنا للنيو لاين. اوكي طيب بعدها الاي از ايكوال تو 3 تو وصلنا صح؟ 3 تو وصلنا فوق. خلاص سوينا ال 1 و 2 و 3. اوكي for 4 now. الفور فيها شيء؟ nothing. اوكي بعد اوكي بعده no break yet. no break. So yeah it will continue. ما راح تطلع من السويتش. ما راح تطلع من السويتش. راح نكمل الاي 5. اوكي 5 ايش راح تكتب؟ 4 and 5. This is 4 and 5. اوكي بعد بريك طلعنا. اوكي بعد ما طلعنا سوينا system print another line. اوكي راح نجي هنا راح نكون انا في اي كم؟ احنا فين وصلنا؟ we need 3C. this is 3C. 3C يعني لازم تمشي مع البروجرام خطوه خطوه. اوكي انا كنت في الاي از ايكوال تو 0. الزيرو قلنا دورنا هنا ما في not listed in the list. وبعدين 1 قلنا في 1 في ال1 حصلنا ال1 هنا كتبنا 1 ومتى من البريك؟ هيدفع 2 هيمشي في ال2 في 2 بعدها في 3. اوكي وبعده في عندي بريك. خلاص يطلع في نيو لاين ونيو نمبر. اوكي ناو النمبر هو 2. 2 نفس الشيء راح نكتب فيه 2 بعد 3 بعد بريك بعد 3 راح نجي 3 هنا نكتب 3 بعد بريك. اوكي بعد ال 3 وبريك 4. في الفور ما في شيء. طيب يمشي لي الفايف. 5 حصل 4 5 اكتب هو في بريك واطلع اسوي امبلمنتيشن. قلنا 5 اجي احط الفور 5 دي 4 5 بريك 6 6 احصل 6 وبريك 7 7 عندي بعدها 8 وبعدها بريك. اوكي راح تكتب 7 و8 وتسوي بريك تمشي للي بعد اللي هي ال 8. في ال 8 another time 8. اوكي and for 9 not listed. for 10 not listed. default file. okay clear. just you need to make sure of this tracing. This is tracing. Okay now for the repetitive processing. So the Java allows sections of code to be executed repeatedly. Are you with us, guys? Is it clear for you, or you are sleepy? So
Yes.
Yes. Java allows these sections to be repeated, to be executed many times. Okay. So for this you can use the while statement or the for. Okay. Now for the while statement, while the logical expression is true, you have here some logical expression. Why is it true? Do the following. Okay. The statement will be executed. The truth of this logical expression is rechecked after each execution of the body of this while. Okay. And here why I is loud and free. I will check this loud and free. Some will be some plus the body I and I plus one. I check R is it 0. Okay, 0 is loud and free. After that, I is 1. 1 loud and free. Again, I will execute the statement. Okay, I is equal to 2 now. 2 loud and free. Okay, so sum will be sum plus the value of 3 or of 2. I is equal to 3 now. Is it Okay, so I will discard this one. Okay, the program will stop. Okay, so this is why this how the why it works. Okay, now if this statement is true or false, the code in the body of a while loop is executed at least once. The code in the body of a while loop, is it necessarily executed at least one time? Is it what? Adding one, again one. One, I need two. يعني هل في إمكانية إنه أنا أجي أحصل الكونديشن نوت ترو وأسوي ريسيف وأحصل الواجب يحصل ولا ما يحصل؟ يحصل. لو من أول أنا الآي is equal to 0 وأعطيك while الآي is greater than 0. greater than 0. هل هيحصل؟ ما هو صحيح إنه لازم تتنفذ at least one. can be 1 2 can be 0 also. مو شرط إنه كل it can be executed 0 1 2 3 or more times. Okay, please, this is related to the condition. If your condition is true for one time, يعني هتتنفذ مرة واحدة. إذا your condition is false, anyway it's false, so it will be 0, not be executed. If your condition will be true for twice, will be executed 2 times, so be twice, etc. So this is related to the condition here. إذا أنا خليت I is lower than 1, كم راح تتنفذ؟ الآن يزيد في بعد 0 1 خلاص الكونديشن ما يصح. إذا خليتها 2 2 times 0 في 1 2 لا نطلع من العمل. اوكي لو خليناها 0 ما راح يدخل لانه الآن هو 0. اوكي فما راح يدخل. This is 0. اوكي clear. Now write fragments of code to do the following using a formula. Print out the squares of the number from 1 to 20 inclusive. It means that it is not included. Order with some explanatory text, and the query after that the characters of different alphabets in reverse order from Z to A with some explanatory text. Then you can do arithmetic with char variables because their underlying type is integral. Okay, so there are many possible codes. Okay, ما في طريقة واحدة. You can have more than one way, and all of them are correct. Need to think, just think. فكر ما هي طريقة واحدة هي عشان كده نستعمل لا. أكثر من طريقة في all of them absolutely any code that will you, for example, any program. Okay. Now, if I ask you to print the square, how to print the square from 1 to 20, from 0 to 20? So we define it G from 1, 50 lower than 20. Okay. Print out and dot out on length G plus square equal to G multiplied by G. Now for the second question, you will print the alphabetic terms from A to Z, from B to Z.
Doctor, we can't hear you.
Now, so what about this second for B?
Doctor, we can hear your voice. We can't hear your voice. Sir.
Not B?
Yes. Your voice is far.
No. Okay, so for this chart, so we can define a character, okay, chart. So we can do this implementation from this. This is why, because the character user binary code. The binary code. So you can print just the character from this. H minus is a decrementation. Now, again, just I need to the for statement. So for the for, you will have a control initializer. You will have some logical expression, and you will have the control adjustment. Okay, between region and implementation. Okay, etc. So the variable, the control variable is created and given its initial value in control initializer. Next, the logical expression will determine if this loop body is executed. After each time the statements are executed, and the control adjustment defines the new value of the control variable, and the logical expression is checked again. Okay, so the loop terminates when the logical expression becomes false, and know that the local initializer is only executed once and is the first statement to be executed by default. Okay, so look here, you have an example of array of integer. Okay, array in which you will for numbers from 1 to 10. After that, for things are from 0 because ending to the length of your array. The length 10. Okay, you will decrement 1 by 1, and you will find a of 1 is 10, a of 2 is 10. Okay, so if we set all the elements of a to 10, كلهم راح يتعوضوا إلى 10. Okay, so this is okay. Now, if you have this statement, this condition for each I is equal to 2 multiplied by star, the I should be in our represent the final. The I should be not every I decrementation by 2. Okay? So how can you figure out how this loop is executed? So imagine that start is equal to 0. Okay, the end is equal to 10. Okay, what are how it will I, the first I is equal to, after that 2, after that 4, 6, 8, and 10. So this is okay. So this is how we manipulate all fields. Okay, clear? Okay, that's all about this first lecture. Thank you very much for your attendance. If you have any question, you can ask.